Hello, everybody. Hello, as I wipe my eyes. Yes, we are live. 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 How was your Friday, everybody? As we set up our disclaimer, gotta do better with forgetting. How was your Friday? How was your weekend? It's almost holiday season for most. If it's not holiday season for you, happy holidays for Speaking on Behalf, where we're saving you more dollars than any, I feel like, than any college or anybody could save you, you know, saving you that money in higher education. And it's good, you know, officially. So I checked just to get our heads up before I start, check my grades posted for class. And your boy finished with 2 A's in his last semester. GPA dropped a little bit because they do A pluses, A minus, but finished with a 3.9, 3.96. And as I tell people, your GPA is like just to test the sound right quick. Y'all, let me test the sound. Okay, y'all can hear me. As I tell people, your GPA is like, to me, it's like your level of focus. I honestly feel like that is what it's for. A lot of times, I feel like it demonstrates your focus ability. I don't really believe it's probably gonna brighten up in a minute. I don't believe it really, whatever it is used for. I feel like it really shows your focus level. Excuse me. So, real quick, guys. Disclaimer: the videos presented here are for informational purposes only, and therefore, if you are to choose to attend an institution, please do your own research and consult with a specialist at the institution you are interested in. I am not a financial aid specialist, academic advisor, or representing any institution during this live stream. Speaking on behalf of creator Henry is only, let me say it again. Speaking on behalf of creator Henry is only speaking from his experience. All right. Now that we got that boring stuff out of the way, let's get down to it. I think I have the tab open. I thought I did. Which one do I want to start with? I probably should have thought about that before I started, right? How are we gonna start this off? Right. We're gonna start this off. I'm kind of gonna ease into things with you all. I'm gonna start off with this that I found. Of course, Chronicle Higher Education. They posted it on LinkedIn. Guys, you're so funny. Let's start off with that. Let's brighten up the screen because the screen is just a little dark. It should be brightened up in a minute now. It should be brightened back up. So let me go ahead and share this again. This was back on December 8th. I'm going to share with you all. This is back December 8th. So, as you see in the title, we're going to be talking about, are universities really broke? And, oh, I hit the camera. So, to give you, like I said, a lot of people who come across this channel probably think we are, I don't know. I don't know what people think. I don't got no data to even know what people are thinking when they come past this channel. But looking at the game a little bit too. But when people probably do cross this channel, they probably thinking like, oh my God, he's talking about 2-year colleges. I don't want to go to a 2-year college. But ultimately, when people do start trafficking in, the whole point of the channel is to break down higher ed. I'm always say that because everybody's always going to be new when they come to the channel. I'm not really going to be I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't think we're going to be that global to where everybody just know us when they see us. So the goal is for you to start the 2-year, bridge to 4-year. Now you can be a regular student, you can be an athlete, you can be whatever student, because it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. I see wealthy kids all the time, or who parents are wealthy, go to 2 years and bridge to 4 years, because they say a lot of times that my parents' money is not my money, and they're trying to teach me a lesson. If you are an athlete and you didn't get any scholarships and you're trying to find a way to go to school without going into student loan debt, you probably do want to walk onto that nice university and play Division one day, right? That's the ultimate goal for most athletes. As a former athlete, you want to do this the most saving money, cost efficient way as possible, right? So a lot of 2 years have JUNCO programs. Do 2 years, then bridge to 4-year. Then you'll do 2.5 years or 2 years, of course, or maybe 3 years, because you'll go to grad school, which you could play an extra year, and you might end up getting another 3 years out of your schooling, you know. And so for anybody really, this channel is unique. You can't put it in a box. We're building a road. And I just like to state that before we get started. And it's a lot of things we're going to talk about, but hopefully we can talk about it under an hour and 30, right? Because I don't want y'all getting mad at me for over talking. Like I said, I want to respect your time. It's Friday. I know y'all probably going to watch. Might come across it for 5 minutes. Like I said before, I don't care if you get 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't care if you get 30 seconds worth of information. You took the time to stop by this channel, and I appreciate you. So the first one on to warm us up is something I saw on LinkedIn, and it's pretty much about, I'm showing you the actual article, but it's about the education department says it will send students a notice of lower earnings for colleges where graduates earn less than a high school graduate 4 years after completion. Most are for-profit technical and cosmetology schools. Guys, that is so important. That is so important because so many for-profit institutions charge ridiculous prices for like cosmetology or trade schools when you can easily go to a 2-year college and do the same thing, if not better, get better at the skill. That's game right there. And so I don't even know who to shout out for that. I guess I'll have to shout out the Trump administration, because honestly, before I wasn't seeing nothing like that until the Trump administration started speaking about, it's funny speaking, until the Trump administration started speaking about, hey, if your program is not giving these students a return on investment, where you're going to either cut the program or not get funded for the program. So like we said with the One Big Beautiful Bill, if your program is, like we say, we'll use cosmetology. Cosmetology is not generating revenue for students when they graduate. So if you say, oh, my major is cosmetology, when you go to a 2-year, I'm not going to think you're going to for-profit. If you're going to a 2-year, they're going to not give you financial aid, pretty much. Now, that's what it's been seeming like, and that's what we're going to probably get into again with this, because it says right here, nearly 1/4 of colleges will come with a warning when students apply for financial aid. So this going to be a good screen. I can feel it now. Students may now get a warning from the U.S. Department of Education department about the colleges they are considering when they apply for federal financial aid. Now, this was written December 8th, 2025 by Eric Kelderman. The department announced Monday that it will send students a notice of lower earnings for colleges where graduates earn less than a high school graduate 4 years after completion. It says nearly 1/4 of the nation's higher education institutions, 1365, are tagged as lower earnings. I wonder who the schools are. I wonder who the schools are. So I'm gonna probably do a Google search right now. This is me showing off my research skills a little bit. And I literally would just say, like, what schools, guys. Like, I keep it very simple. Guys. I just like showing you my search. Maybe it's a typo. They said 132, but I don't know if that was a typo or not. So we're not seeing nothing yet, but hopefully they mention it. So as we keep going, according to the department's data, 88% are, so 88% of these schools are for-profit institutions. They should have just said 88% are known to be for-profit institutions. And 80% don't confer degrees, such as technical and beauty schools. Now, remember, for my people out there who do, because I work at a two-year college, guys, if you are trying to do a trade, if you are trying to do beauty, that's technically a trade, anything trade related, you should go to a two-year college. Like, two-year colleges right now, in some places cheaper, some places free. But man, they run like $100 per credit hour, if not less, slightly more now. It's hard to beat that. Let's keep going. Secretary of Education Linda McMahon said the new program will empower. Said the new program, will empower prospective students to make data-driven decisions before they are saddled with debt. I think that's very good. By the current administration, especially Secretary Linda McMahon. And this goes to show you that they highlight what they want to highlight depending on what you watch. But that's very important, guys, to know, like I said, I'm nonpartisan. I feel like I was blessed to see things for what they are. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And that right there is very good to provide students with data. I don't know how they're going to do it because students don't check their emails like that. So hopefully the students check their email. G, what's good with you, G? We got G in the building. We did not get G yesterday. What's up, G? So that's very good that students get to see that. They get data driven, like, hey, you're going to be in student loan debt. So, not student loan debt, Lord. You're going to be possibly like, what was it? This is a lower earnings career field. Like, if I would have saw that, would I have changed my perspective in my career field? Probably, depending. I don't know. I'm glad you made it back. That's good. You working. That's good. You working. Families, and so right here, Linda McMahon also said that families deserve a clear picture of how post-secondary education connects to real-world earnings. That is so much true. That's what I'm trying to do now for you all. See, they're not going to tell you, who is they? I don't know, but they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that this career field makes a lower earnings. Now, let's be real. You think about past administrations, Democrat, past administrations, Republican. I'm gonna be honest. I'm 26. I paid attention to the last administration with higher education, and it was all right. They had a different mission and focus on higher education. They were very inclusive, and that was their goal. They wasn't really trying to make it better, because it was a lot of problems in higher ed. It still is. It's not better, but they wasn't really making no strides either. And so, like I said, both parties are terrible at higher education or education in general, which makes no sense. Because I guess they're like, as long as you go to, no offense, G, I guess they say as long as you go to an Ivy or a top tier university, you're good, when that's not the case. I'm pretty sure we all know some people who went to top tier schools and they're not really getting the return on investment. Very opinionated by me, but I think the $1 trillion in student loan debt speak for itself. So Families deserve a clear picture of how post-secondary education connects to real-world earnings, said in a news release by Leonard McMahon. Estimates of future earnings are already available to students on the Federal College Scorecard website. And that's the tool we use. That's why we break it down ourselves, though. We use our own real information. To break down the tuition prices ourselves, because you never know. Trump might, y'all know, hey, I heard every nickname under the book for Trump, but y'all know Trump will freeze that financial aid for no reason sometimes, or like he get worked up, he will freeze it. So G said, offense, LOL. But that's a very, very recent occurrence, like last 5 years. Yeah. Most definitely, G. I appreciate the comments too. You don't know how much. And shout out to everybody who's watching that video I posted when I was speaking to the high schoolers back in 2022. I appreciate the views. I really do. I see viewers like short form videos a lot. I would try to keep that in mind, but I really appreciate the views. Like, I appreciate views so much. It just lets me know you're seeing it. And then when I go live, you're probably looking and watching it, but you're like, it's just too long right now, so you're scared. So, and G said, I think once he gets rid of the Department of Education, federal financial aid is next. Ooh, not you trying to spark up a debate right now while I'm going through this, G. No. Not trying to no. I don't think they will let him at this point. I don't know what goes on sometimes. I don't think they will let him get rid of financial aid. I hope they don't. I hope they don't let him get rid of it, because I'm not gonna lie, I use financial aid through undergraduate. Financial aid got me through. Now, what helped me a lot more, what people might say, oh, you're a financial aid, blah, blah, blah. I picked my schools right. I knew I stayed under my budget with that financial aid money, which helped me get a debt-free degree. So 3 times, guys. 1 time, look. 2 times, okay, you know what you're doing. 3 times, or you really efficient with this. So, 3-time champ. I wish I could get more. I'm probably gonna get more rings, but. And G said, he's been getting more pushback, but that is not to say he won't try. Exactly. He is the loophole master when it comes to things. So right here, estimates of future earnings are already available to students on the College Scorecard website, including comparison to median earnings of undergraduates 10 years after entering college. And hold on. Yeah, it says including comparison to median earnings of undergraduate 10 years after entering college. So you know what this line right here means? Right here? You know what this line right here means? It's really undervalued right now. I'm gonna zoom in for us. It's really undervalued right now, because if you think about it, if they're telling you to use the College Scorecard, the federal government is telling you to use the College Scorecard, I would not go based off of the school website. Just saying. I'm just saying. So if I'm using the College Scorecard, like, you got to really figure which one you're going to trust. Are you going to trust the federal government? Are you going to trust the school website? Or are you going to trust somebody that you know at the school? I think I'm going to trust somebody like G. If G says he went to Columbia University and he's telling me Columbia, just an example, and he's telling me Columbia University has not been producing return on investments going there, and I would say you should probably try some other schools that are top tier. Ivies haven't been performing, just saying. Then I would probably take him on it. Of course, I got to do my own due diligence, but I would consider taking G on it. Like I'm saying, I'm just using my master's degree. Like, because I don't want to. Did I hit a 3? No, I didn't hit 3. Okay. I'm just trying to put some common sense on things, because G, I got some topics for you today, but I am so upset that it's not funny how upset I am right now. And it starts with college football, but I'm staying on this topic right here. So And then right here, as we keep going, we already know this stuff. If you watch us to the end, you know we do this already. And so now they're mentioning, have you heard of somebody called Ben Seal? G? I never heard nobody named Ben Seal. But it says, but providing direct notice to students during the financial aid process could make that information more useful, said Ben Seal, Deputy Director of Higher Education Policy at Third Way, a center-left organization that has long called for more college accountability. I'm glad you said that, Ben Seal. There needs to be more college accountability because I'm about to call it out in a minute. Okay, G said he has heard of Ben Seal. I think non-PhD graduate school is a little different as far as return on investment goes. Non-PhD graduate school. Yeah, I feel like you get your doctoral and stuff, you're set. Doctoral, they might act like they don't make money, but they make money. Like, depending on what that professor is instructing at, I guess. But if you got your doctoral and you don't make money, I would be surprised. Like, it's so much money in education. Like, as we say, like you can try to tap into the market like I'm doing, trying to do it the media way and tap into that market. You can tap in doing research for like Georgia Tech, bigger schools, Columbia. Like, guys, those people work and they work like CEOs. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody is like a doctoral, like they got a PhD and then they just turn CEO because they work strenuous hours. Think about it. They're grading your papers. They're G said, well, I'm saying PhDs have a different set of issues as opposed to other. Okay. Oh, yeah, I was about to go on a tangent. Okay. I won't go on a tangent with that. I won't go there. But they do work a lot. They grade your papers. They're reading your papers. They give you critical information if you're trying to write papers. And, I think about my professors when they're like, yo, you're hosting class once a month. You're staying up to about 7 p.m. talking to us, then staying later to talk about classwork with us. I appreciated my professors. And I really did. Like, I appreciated them, every last one of them. If they don't remember me, I just appreciated grad school and the professors so much and learned so much from them. G said, LOL, PhDs don't really want to be CEOs, but they do have issues, LOL. The biggest issue, G said, the biggest issue is getting research funding and tenure. Yes. See, G, that's why I love talking to you, man. See, that's why I love you. Wait. This is why I love talking to G. Because G gets it. And I don't get to talk to people about this. Another reason why I started live streaming. Because guys, like, it's so important. And when you have somebody to relate to and talk about it openly and try to make some money off of it as well, it's fun. It's really fun. Like, I'm already 23 minutes in. I feel like I'm already not going to the next topic like I should be. And so G, what does NGL mean again? Freak. Don't tell me. Wait. What's NGL again? Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That's what G said. Okay. I'm doing better. So G said, not gonna lie, backup plan was PhD in Hungarian. That's that right? Hungarian? I feel bad. Knock it down. Yes. Good shot. And because I knew a guaranteed job after the fact, LOL. Yeah, like, it's a guaranteed job. You get it, man. And especially now, you talk to people today about getting a doctoral degree. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this live stream might create some madness. Like, people be like, oh yeah, I want to get a doctoral degree now. Be watching this guy talk on live stream. I plan on bringing my professors on if it's not too controversial. I plan on bringing doctoral people on. I feel like I can bring out the realness of it. Like, come on, doctoral. Come on, PhD professor. Like, they could be like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I know it's different names, DPHR and stuff, and doctoral research and all that. I'm like, come on now. We know y'all get that money, man. We know. Don't stunt. Don't stunt, but come on now. Talk to us now. And so at least in the US, the only problem is getting tenure position. Because adjuncts don't make much money. Okay. I have heard that. I have heard complaints from adjuncts before. And then G also said, and name recognition to a certain degree does not matter as much. Interesting. So as we keep going, the whole idea of a high school earnings threshold is a pretty low bar for an institution to clear, he said in the interview. The department's own figures show that the vast majority of students, more than 97%, attend a college that meets that benchmark. Let me read that again. The department's own figures show that the vast majority of students, more than 97%, attend a college that meets that benchmark. Okay. 97%. I'll be honest, I was not part of the 97%. Just 107 of the lower earnings colleges were private nonprofit. Once again, guys, if you go to a for-profit institution, they said private nonprofit. Got lucky right there for a profit. I was about to get you. So colleges were private nonprofit colleges, and 52 were public institutions. Almost all community or technical colleges, or they didn't say really, or almost all community or technical colleges. Institutional outcomes are compared to either high school graduate salaries in their state or nationally. That's interesting to know. A minute left in this game. Watching Seton Hall versus Providence. Why am I watching this game? Because one of the guys from my high school alma mater plays at Providence, Jalen Sellers, and he missed. Not him, but somebody on the team. Oh my goodness, he caught a rebound like that. And it's a 2-point difference game, So G said, PhD from Columbia is better than one from Valdosta. Why you had to go there? You knew I was going to say something about that. You ain't finna get me right now, G. I'm not finna entertain you right now. I'm not finna entertain you on that. I'm going to come for you later. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get you. Don't worry about it. And so institutional outcomes are compared either to high school graduate salaries in their state or institutional outcomes. So high school graduate salaries in their state or nationally. Now, I ain't been on the game, but they definitely just lost. Dang. Man, Providence can't close out. They just lost to Butler in a double overtime as well. Story of my life, man. Dang, they just lost. They can hoop. They just can't freaking close a game. And that's the hardest thing about having a team that can play. They just can't close. I tell you. Let's keep going. I don't want to see this no more. I hate when teams lose. Makes me upset because I don't like losing in life. Now I'm dropping stuff. Let's see. Back. So the earnings issue will continue to be debated in the coming months under a provision of sweeping budget reconciliation law that Congress passed last summer. Degree programs and graduate certificates at public, private, nonprofit, and for-profit colleges must boost student salaries above those of a high school graduate. What does that mean, G? I read it, but I don't think I'm comprehending what I just read. Let me know what you think about that. The earnings issue will continue to be debated in the coming months under a provision of the sweeping budget reconciliation law that Congress passed last summer. Degree programs and graduate certificates at public, private, nonprofit, and for-profit colleges must boost student salaries above those of a high school graduate. Okay, I understood at that time. They must boost it. If they don't, what happens? Programs that don't meet the standard will lose access to federal financial aid. Didn't I just say that earlier? Guys, this is so important. This is so important. G just said it in the comments, though. G said after Trump gets done doing what he wants to do with what we said I'm going back through the comments now. He said G said when he gets done doing what he wants to do with the Department of Education, his next aim is going to be federal financial aid. That's a form of it right there. That's a form of it. You think it's not important, but I'm going to tell you right now. I might have to clip this, and I don't even do clips no more, but I might have to clip this. That's a form of it. Think about it. If business majors, not like the fancy business major, but let's think about business management, right? If your business management degree or business management, they say a program. So as an academic advisor in my regular day job life, when they say program, that's your major. So I'm just saying, if your school is not performing a return on investment for business majors, and that's the only school near you and you got into it, you are bleeped. Unless you want to go to a whole nother school, you know, that's not near you, then you have to, you know, I prefer you to stay with your parents, but then you got to get an off-campus apartment. You got to get roommates like I did when I went to Valdosta State from Columbus, Georgia. You know, that's a little, you know, transitions a little hard, a little difficult, you know. So pay attention. It's simple. Programs that don't meet the standard will lose access to federal financial aid. And that's rich or poor. That's not even a, like, as far as students who get financial aid, I can't wait to bring my financial aid person on here because they're talking about a lot of financial aid right now. He's asking colleges to do something they can't really control, to be honest. Right. Because, like, you really could get let's think about it. Like, you can get a 60K, 80K job out of college. The college did their job, but you're like overspending on that salary. You're like 60K is not enough. So now you're probably reporting back to the Department of Education or to the school that, hey, there's not enough money. I'm not getting a return on investment. I'm still in debt. I can't pay my student loans. So this is where it comes where you really should do your due diligence. Like we talked about, I remember one live stream, me and G said, we both agreed on it. It was like, it's like we're being punished. When Biden tried to pay off everybody's student loans, it's like we got punished for doing the right thing and everybody got rewarded for doing the wrong thing. So G said some partnerships, which a lot of top tier schools already do, are short of partnerships, which a lot of top tier schools already do, which even then doesn't equate to making sure students make more money. Right. Because you got to remember, we live in a world, you know, guys, world, not country, because I'm a proud American, but we live in a world where world people don't want to see you make money. It's a world thing. You got to think higher level. If everybody can make money, you know, where's the value of money? I'm not, that's not theory. That's just common sense right there. And then G said, well, these are hard numbers they working with. Yeah. So 60,000 is more than a high school student does make now. So 60,000 is more than a high school student does make now. But the school can't control whether you get a raise. Right. A school can't, because if you like me and you work for the state or federal government or whatever, raise. I know what you meant. So it said, meanwhile, you know they're gonna talk about the Biden era. Meanwhile, a Biden era regulation that remains on the books would apply a similar earnings test to undergraduate certificate programs, as well as a criteria ensuring that graduates earn enough to pay off student debt. Let's not forget, this current administration and last administration have not updated the Higher Education Act of 1965. It's been updated. Last time it was updated was 2007, 2008. Let's not forget that. I think the last person to update that was Obama, because he definitely was in office 07, well, to 08. So, wait, actually, no, he got reelected in 08. Duh. And then he got out in 2016 because I was in high school. Did I get that right? Yep, because Trump took office. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah. He had got first elected in 08. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that right there. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, bro. Like our whole lives, we grew up on Obama. Like that's kind of crazy. And then, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like whole K through 12 years, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy. And so, as we keep going, some important under a provision of sweeping budget. We read that. Did we read that? Yeah, we read that. While for-profit colleges are heavily represented in the department's data, one association representing those institutions said it supports the effort with some caveats. Career education colleges and universities, and said the data could be improved by accounting for regional differences. Okay, don't know what they're talking about. That's jargon right there. Listen, just don't go to a for-profit institution. Please make my life easier. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Unless they're going to give you some stock. And hopefully the stock is doing good at the school. Oh, gee, did you hear? Did you hear? Grand Canyon University is now a nonprofit institution again. Check that out. Did you hear about that? I said that doesn't change anything. They're still going to do what they're going to do. Yeah, I caught that. I caught wind of that on I caught wind of this on when did I catch wind of this? I caught wind of this on LinkedIn. Shout out to LinkedIn, bro. I'm about to change the game with LinkedIn. Yeah, Department of Education officially recognizes nonprofit status of GCU. You wanna know what's funny? Remember, guys, GCU has stock on the stock market. Bro, if I go to GCU, I'm holding stock, just period, just because I'm like, yeah, I got stock in my own college. That's crazy. That's crazy work. I wonder, do they offer stock to the employees? I wonder. Yep. Not really much need to go in detail, but I'm pretty sure Nicholas Kent and them had something to do with this because they're not going to change what they're doing. They're still going to be very expensive. They're just going to be a highly expensive nonprofit. Because people like me are going to talk about don't go to them. I feel like they're watching my stuff, but they're not, talking to me, like having a conversation with me a little bit. Because when I say things, I feel like they just come to life a little bit. I'm just saying. And I am not no future teller. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So as we keep going, just don't go to a for-profit. Just don't go. Don't do it. And so as we keep going, Marjorie has president of the Council of Independent Colleges, which represents small private nonprofit colleges. I do plan on going to conferences for organizations like these, so they better be ready for me because I will be interviewing people on the spot. Yes, you better answer my questions because I am coming with that heat. So, which represents small private nonprofit colleges, said the new FAFSA notices are unlikely to sway the decision of most students who typically attend a college within driving distance of home. And may not be considering a wide range of institutions. Is also concerned that the department is highlighting the negative outcomes of some institutions, but not informing the public that most college degrees do pay off over the course of a career. It's only going to pay off over a course of career if you did the speaking on behalf. You went to a 2-year, then bridged to a 4-year. You went to a school you could afford versus going to a school you can't afford. But let's be honest. I'm just making media out of something that I know that's not going to change. I'm just being honest. Like, So John Van Smith, Senior Vice President for the Government Relations and National Engagement at the American Council on Education, that's ACE, American Council on Education, in quotation, said the department's new effort has enormous potential for creating misleading outcomes. Very much. You should come watch Speaking on Behalf. We can clear some things up. If I don't know, we can bring some people. So some little stuff right here about being careful. And so you know. All right, so we got through that. I appreciate that, G. I appreciate that. That was a good article. I felt like that was a good article. That when we was gonna go through it, I felt like it was gonna be. Now let's get into some fun stuff a little bit. Let's get into some fun stuff. We've been having fun, but let's get into some more fun stuff. Man, I love this computer so fast, man. Where is it? All right, I'm gonna start with this one. Boom. Okay. So G, I would need anybody who's watching this. I'm being petty right now. Because it's Friday. I'm being petty. So I said, who is the worst football team in the nation? Right? Who's the worst football team in the nation? Now, granted, me and my boy got into an argument over this about Georgia State. I don't even want to talk about Georgia State. I don't want to talk about Georgia State. They can have it. They're not the worst. They're the second the worst, but they're not the worst. Yo, UMass? University of Massachusetts or whatever? You don't deserve to get your name pronounced right after I'm about to say that. Well, I'm about to do to y'all right now. So, oh my goodness, where's the article? Like, so UMass went 0-12 this year in football. My goodness. I read a little article on ESPN, and I think I highlighted it. It was terrible what I seen and read. This is ESPN, guys. This is not me. I don't even do sports. Like, I do sports, but not like crazy, right? And yo, they said that in 13 seasons, this is where, if you go to this school, this is where your money is going. If you want more resources at this school, I don't know about this school. We should do a review on them and see like if they have the resources. Are they producing very scholarly work? But in 13 seasons, I know sports. So I'm just saying, in 13 seasons, since elevating to the FBS, UMass has never won 5 games and won 4 games just twice. Don Brown was fired after going 6-28. Walt Bell went 2-23. I would even be proud to say I played football for this school. Why am I throwing a big problem about this? How does this relate to you saving money in college? All right. So a little organization theory. Where is it? Higher ed organization theory. Where is it? I think do I have it pulled up? I think it's on that one. Yeah, it's on this. So the coach, UMass, and back in December 4th, 2024, UMass hired a Rutgers defensive coordinator, Joe. I'm gonna call him Joe, head for our head coach job. He signed a 5-year deal between 1.3 and 1.4 annually. He's making $1.3 million, $1.4 million every year for 5 years. And his team went 0-12. They didn't go get a Kirby Smart. They didn't go get no top winning coach. They went and got a defensive coordinator from Rutgers. Why I am upset? Because they're pouring so much money into this when they should have. They're not going to shut down the football program. They're just not. That's probably the only thing they have breathing. But that money can go definitely to some education at that school and become a very top academic school, which could probably lead to bringing in very much top talent athletically. See, people who probably run this school. G said, obviously not, LOL. Like 13 seasons and y'all still pouring money. It's like me pouring money into a penny stock that has not performed for 13 years. 13 seasons is a better way of saying I'm not going to mention 13 years. So if I pour millions of dollars into a penny stock, right, for 13 years, do you think I'm going to keep doing that? Well, I wouldn't even did it for 13 for one. But you think I'm going to keep putting money in there? G said, they haven't found the right coach. Give them a chance, Henry. 13 years? 13 years? Hey, man, I don't know. Look, didn't you invest in GameStop? No, I did not. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't even catch that wave of it, actually. I was surprised. I was a little, I heard about it, but I was like, huh? I wasn't following it. Blockbuster? No. I don't think I was old enough to invest in Blockbuster. They tried to short it. Oh. I'm trying to short this school too, because they 0-12. Now, where this comes in at is, hold on right quick. Where this comes in at is what is called UMass, the University of Massachusetts. Where this comes in at, guys, is they tried to short GameStop, yeah. Where this comes in as like them pouring money into that. 13 years of paying these coaches get paid. These head coaches get paid. I'm not hating on them getting their money. I think I'm hating on them being so terrible at their job. Ooh, he cold for that. You lucky I don't got no sound effects. Because, gee, imagine if you didn't do your job good for 13 years. You know? Do you think they would pay you all that money for 13 years? Then people hit me with that's the growing rate. I'm talking about my homeboys right now. I'm talking about my brother group right now. They were like, that's the growing rate. They got to pay the head coach. I ain't paying no head coach no $1 million to go 0-12. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I seen HBCU coaches do better with less. With less. So, where the school at? Let's go to the school, man. Let's go to the school. So, what are they known for? What are they known for? Let's do the we need this. We need this right now. Because I don't want to talk about the school, and the school might be good at something. I'm sure G said, I'm sure he told them he hasn't got a good stock of players, LOL. But I'm sure he knows. But I'm sure it is a know somebody situation. It probably is some political theory right there, right? Some political theory, institutional theory, right? And so I get it. But I'm just gonna roast you. I'm just gonna talk about you. I'm gonna make sure these students, because guys, when they're doing so terrible at their football program and putting money there, that could have been money going back to the students and giving them discounts to attend your school. That's why I get so upset at this, because they could have redirected that money toward like what Indiana did, what we talked about yesterday. They could have did something like what Indiana did, put a partnership together, and then bring more students in that way. Get creative. This ain't creative. You think, football teams start winning, more people want to come to our school. Guys, you're 13 years behind already. So it's going to take at least another 13 to get that thing rocking and rolling. Discounts, LOL. Yeah, discounts. Scholarships. We talked about that early, G. They say scholarships, but it's discounts. Discount the tuition. See, they don't want to discount the tuition. This school right here, UMass? I don't even know the proper name for them. Like, I'm over here typing in university. You see, I ain't even keep typing them. University. University, Massachusetts. And there's their name. I don't know. I think that's them right there, though. This is them. Okay. So look, they got some good data. They got some good data. It seems like 71,000, 82% graduation rate. They got some good numbers right now. So I guess they're just trying to pump the football team up now. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me see. Who are their Noble alumni? Oh, they don't got no Noble alumni. Who y'all Noble alumni, yo? Who known? Jack Welch. That name sound familiar. Norm Abraham, Richard Dre, Natalie Cole, Bill Pullman, Jack Welch. G knows who Jack Welch is. I don't know. Oh, Julius Erving went here. Okay, I know who that is. Marcus Camby, Rick Pitino. Okay. Oh, Betty Shabazz. Okay, she attended, who graduated. That's interesting. Well, if she's alumni, that means she graduated. Bill Cosby. Okay. Victor Cruz. Okay. I got some people. But who is Jack Welch? G mentioned General Electric CEO during the 80s. I'm about to say that name did sound familiar. He was the chairman and CEO of General Electric between 1981 and 2001. General Electric was, everybody always talk about them. General Electric, and people invested in it, and it sounded like it was a roller coaster at the time. See how this all goes back to higher education, guys? You don't have to go to school. I'm going to do a commercial for you. You don't have to go to school. You can go do a trade. You can make a great career, and it's affordable. You don't have to worry. Then you can jump straight into the workforce. They went to universities. I don't care. You can't name me one CEO that didn't go to a university, except for Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. That's two. You can't name nobody else. You can't name nobody else because they went to school. And even Mark went. He just dropped out. I don't even know about Bill. Bill gone. But Mark went. He said, I could do this on my own. Then left. Man, I love talking about this, man. It just leads back to money. Education leads back to money, and I love it. G said the problem is that I think you meant to say is that they went wrong. The problem is they went during a time where it made sense. Oh, the problem is they went during a time when it made sense. Oh, okay. What about Sam Altman though? Sam Altman, Altman. That's his name, right? Let me go back to UMass website. Oh no, wait. You know what? I ain't got time to play with y'all. What about Sam Altman? Didn't he go to college? It still makes sense now, but it slowly is starting to not make sense. And that's what we have to fix it. Yeah. Sam Altman went to Stanford University. He's a Stanford baby. So, yeah. Okay, he went to Stanford. So, you're naming people a lot older than us is the point I'm making. I can name somebody younger. Come on, Google. Show me somebody real quick. Google, show me somebody. Come on, Google. I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you. I will get back to you on that. So, UMass right quick. I'm going to do a review on UMass because I roasted their football program, and they probably got one of the freaking worst football. They do got the worst football program of 2025, and they probably won't. It's just business. If they want to talk about their football program being terrible, I'm open to doing an interview. Like, where did y'all go wrong? Did y'all just go into every game knowing that y'all was gonna lose, or like the goal was like let's make progress. Like, when did it hit you? Because I've been I've been on a 0-12 team in my senior year in high school, but we fired the coach during the season. It got a new coach, so then we started winning. So maybe you should fire your coach, and then you can start winning. At this point, every coach gets 1 year. Every coach gets 1 year, and then they're gone. Like, if you can't win, you're gone. He said, what team was that? Track? No, it was a basketball season. It was our basketball senior year. And then when we got that new coach, here's some theory and leadership in this. When we got the new coach, the showdown relating to UMass terrible, to show you that I'm relating to UMass terrible losing streak, we started winning. Like, the next year, the team went to the Elite Eight, Final Four, Elite Eight. Then they won a state championship in the city of Columbus. My high school, Spencer High School. And I bring that to context to say, like, look, I understand that you can't coach probably, that this UMass coach can't coach. And I just understand that, hey, they want to pay you. Hey, I'm not tripping on the school paying 1.3 or 1.4 million. I think I'm more tripping on, I'm tripping on the fact that these kids are going to this school, flipping a bill, but I guess they're going to get the return on investment, because we finna talk about that. Were you a star player? Oh, heavens no. I was not a star player. I was more like a role player, hustle player. My school was short. I was like one of the few tallest people on the team. Long story, G. Your school paid the coach that much? No. We was one of those schools, Title I poverty schools, that we had a community coach as the head coach. But on paper, the community coach wasn't the head coach. It was one of those type of schools. Role player, what? Yeah. I was more like leader. Think of me like Draymond Green. I was like Draymond Green in high school. Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I was more like Draymond Green in high school. Like, could have played JUCO, could have went to school probably. But, we ready to get money, G. We ready to get money. So it's always good to I love bringing that story up, because I know a day gonna come, somebody gonna call me out and say I don't know sports, and I'm gonna say, oh, apparently you don't, because your record is this. I have a good track record of winning. I think the most losses I ever took in my high school career was freshman year in basketball. I won a lot of games in baseball coming up, but basketball, it's a lot of coaches that think they know basketball and don't know it. Same thing in football. I might just go coach for 1 year and just see how much money I get paid, and then just leave the industry, because I could become a millionaire in 1 year. Maybe I should try that. G said that's what everybody says. You played a lot of ball. We can talk about that. Let's do this review on UMass real quick, G. Let's do this review on UMass. So, University of Massachusetts, Amherst. They have about 24,000 students. They are a very large institution. They're a 4-year public. They're in the city. They're large. Remember, guys, I always mention, we've been getting a lot of city schools lately. But if you are considering to go to a city school, remember to stay on the outskirts, get roommates. I went to school in a rural area when I transferred from my community college, because it's just a lot cheaper in rural areas, a lot more affordable. So keep that in mind. This school's in the city. They have an 82% graduation rate. That's really good. That's over the 58%. At least somebody winning at the school. I bet they don't get paid millions of dollars. I bet they don't get paid millions, though. But let's go to the average annual cost. Remember, they're over that line. Remember, I said that's not good in our perspective. That means they're probably a pretty pricey school, but this is based with the financial aid included. They're discounting the prices. So let's go see what UMass looks like. Think big, act together, be the future. Okay, I like it. Hey, I like it. What type of school are they, though? Are they they're a land grant. I figured they were land grant when I seen the plants and stuff. Remember, guys, always go to the magnifying glass, do tuition and fees. Do tuition and fees. Always do tuition and fees. Because what? It takes us to what? Undergraduate costs. I am thinking you are, and I'm assuming you're an undergraduate student. Why? Because you get all these resources in undergraduate. For some reason, it cutthroat when you go to graduate school. But if you are graduate school bound and you want some advice on what to do, hopefully we can get you in that direction. If I don't know much, I can definitely pull some resources, reach out to some people on LinkedIn and say, if you know anything about resources in graduate school, come hop on the channel and then we collab. But I am assuming you are an undergraduate student. And so as I scroll through, it doesn't look like they want to be friendly with us right now. Cost of attendance and financial aid, see? But we're already using this with the College Scorecard, so we don't really care too much about that. But we want to see this part right here. I zoomed it in. So if you want it zoomed out a little bit, let me know. You're supposed to know everything. when you become a graduate student. Yeah. So it's supposed to be like that, right? It's supposed to be like that. I'll say this, I know more than the average person. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to know more than the average person. And then another tactic, I probably don't want to tell you if I know everything. Because then I might be either helpful or not helpful to the world. You know? So as we keep going, we got in-state. So the way they're doing this, they did it now at the time of this recording. It's springtime. It's getting ready for the spring semester. But they're doing it for the 2025-2026 school year. They said, I don't know why they put 9 months, but for the school year. And I know why they did 9, but so they're saying, like, remember, don't focus on out of state because you see what you finna pay. If you're out of state, you see what you're about to pay. That's what my mentor be doing at work. He'd be like, and so if you're on campus, off campus, they say on, off campus / off. I don't know why they did it like that, but your tuition and fees are going to be 18 grand alone. But this is for the year. So you're looking at about 9-ish grand per semester. That's a lot of money. But it seems like the school has a good ROI. So I don't know if that's really that bad. Then you got 9,000 on housing, 7,000 on food. Remember, guys, you got to divide that by 2. But what you can do, once they give you that total, they got the estimated cost right here. We get our calculator out. I see your comment too, G. I see your comment too. Once you get the calculator out, I'm gonna just do 36,000. 36,000 divided by 2 is 18 grand per semester. Now we got to go back here. They're saying, look, your average annual cost is going to be 24 grand. So I don't know. It's actually cheaper based on the school website, but this is including financial aid as well. It's a little weird, right? They say that's the average. Of course, it's estimates. But 18 grand per semester. Oh, I got it wrong, guys. Got it wrong. That's my bad. Going too fast. It's more on the school website because I forgot I split it in half, working these numbers. So it's more. It's 36,000. It's 24,000 with there. You see? So it's knocked off by like another 10,000, it looks like ish. It's discounted because the financial aid, but you're still looking at like 24 grand for the year. Possibly with financial aid help. Would I go here? So as we keep going, they're saying, like, look, you come to our school, you can make $72,000 a year potentially. Now, something that I did not mention on here that's going to be very helpful for you if you're, if you want to go to UMass for some reason. If you want to go to UMass, everybody has the reason why they want to go to a school. They actually filter it by program. Which program is very like making the most money? So right here, field of study. They break it down. I don't want to get into it, but I can go to what the highest earnings: computer science, computer engineering, computer and information, accounting and related services. Now, some people might say, I think G is in this area, computer science and engineering. But I have been hearing, ears open. I have been hearing that the value of these degrees are going down because of artificial intelligence. I don't know how true that is because I'm not in the industry. So I talked to one of my boys who has a master's in cybersecurity, which is not on this list. It's not up here. G, is that true? Is the value of computer science, computer engineering, computer and information sciences, are those going down in value because of artificial intelligence? I'm hearing that although they are going down in value, they're creating new jobs that are tied in with AI. So then they got those programs on here with the lowest debt. Actually, that's impressive. That was not on here before. G said the value of every degree is going down because of AI. LOL. Not my degree. I'm raising the value in mine. I'm raising the value. You see, I'm raising the value. I do say though, we can talk about that a little bit. We haven't hit that. We have not hit that number yet on the live screen though. I do have a theory about communications, like public speaking skills and human interaction. I have a theory about that with AI. So let's keep going. But y'all, I did want to show you that, guys. We talked about the cost, and then it breaks it down by family income, as we said before. That's why we see that it's about 24 for the annual year. Because look, if you're in that family income, that makes about 11 grand a year. I mean, your family makes less than 30 a year, then you're going to be paying about pretty much 11,000 a semester, or 11,000 divided by 2. That's what they're saying. As you can see, for this range right here, they picked that number, but I'm pretty sure they just averaged this out to get that number up here, to get the median. So we're going to go to graduation and retention rate. The graduation rate, we already talked about that. Retention rate is 91%. Shout out to UMass. Because I was on their head about that football team. You see how I changed? See, look, they'll cut me out, try to sue me or something. I'm like, look, you didn't even watch the video all the way through. The median is the middle number, right? That's why I said I feel like they tried to what is it? You got me. That's why I said I feel like they had crunched these together, but what do I know? They probably didn't do that to get that number, the median. That's what I was saying. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know what they did. Sometimes you can't. I'm gonna wait till I finish this. That's a cut right there. It's a cut. So financial aid and debt, students receiving federal loans. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, my bad. I said it wrong. As you can see, I told you I'm not the biggest math wizard. G said, oh, you mean the mean average. Yes, I mean that. That's what I mean. Yeah, the average. So, or they could have did the median, got the closest number, but yeah, I mean the mean. I mean the average. That's what I mean. My bad. Wrong terminology. G had it right. G's like a math wizard. So students receiving federal loans is about 50%, which makes sense because, like we said, even with financial aid, you're still paying about what 10 grand. What they had on the, if you're in the lowest income, you're looking at what 11,000 for the year divided by 2. You're still looking at 5,500 per semester. So yeah, you still might need some federal loans because remember, financial aid, if you're a Pell Grant, I don't know what they do in Massachusetts. I don't know if they have a secondary. Like I said, our secondary is Hope. I don't know if they have a secondary. And I don't know if, like I said, the Pell Grant is only 7,000 max. And some of these students probably don't get that going to this school. So they're saying that the median, there goes the median right there. So that after crunching some numbers, after going to the middle, like the number they see the most with the loans, the number they see the most, they have 23,000. They're saying like, look, you most likely to get 23,000 when you come out of here. Not me though. That's all I'm saying. I don't like that. 50% almost on pulling out loans. Let's keep going. They're saying right here that 79% of students earn more than a high school graduate. That's pretty good. And then, like we talked about, you have a chance to making 72,000. But as we've seen, like we've seen the top programs, and we've seen the programs that get the least amount of debt. And then right here, I did skip campus diversity, but remember, if you want to know about the campus diversity, you can always go to the institution and do a campus tour. It's that simple. It's that simple. Always do a campus tour. You never know. A school might be making a pivot in the last 5 years, and they probably didn't update it as fast. You never know. So test scores. They have a 58% acceptance rate, so it's not easy to go to this school. But with that football program, you have a good shot at going to this school. With the football program, you have a great chance of getting a pretty good education. So University of Massachusetts, Amherst, has an acceptance rate of 58%. University of Massachusetts considers admission test scores during the application process, but they do not require SAT, ACT scores. The students who were admitted to the University of Massachusetts, if I said Amherst, if I said that right, and enrolled typically had admission test scores in these ranges. As you see, you gotta have some pretty high scores to go here. 58% to get in though. Put it on my shirt. I'm one of the 58% to get in here. What do I rate this school? Considering the debt, I'm not including sports, not including their sports. They have a pretty good ROI, but I'm being realistic, guys, based on the average annual cost with financial aid. If I do 24, if I round it with my calculator, 24 times 4, if you get out in 4 years, you're looking at 96 grand. I'm getting back in my groove now. If you get 90, like you're looking at paying potentially 96 grand per year, not per year, for your 4 years there, 96 grand potentially for 4 years. But you're potentially going to make, depending on your major, 72,000 after 10 years. Remember, this is after 10 years. You should be at this number within 10 years or over this number. So I don't know, because there's so much changing with the student loan borrowing now, even on federal, that they're actually making you kind of push toward private borrowing, which is going to have crazy interest rates. Oh, gee, I need to show you that. It just made me think about it. But I rate this school I rate them a C. They get a C. They're not a D or failing because they're obviously a pretty good institution. And I think they're actually on that same school I showed you last time, G. Let me see. I showed you all. They're going to be a C, but they might get bumped. No, they're going to stay at a C. Even if they're on this list, they're going to stay at a C. But just because of pricing, I go strictly off of pricing. Let me turn these cookies off. I don't want this. Save. So I go strictly off of pricing. Like, would I bridge to that school if I was coming from a 2-year? No. Heavens no. I would not bridge to that school. Like, I just think about competitors, but I don't know anything about Massachusetts. So please reach out to me if you feel like a C is too low. But respectfully, nobody talks about UMass. I said it. And I think they're on this list. I've been using this list a lot. Do you see them? Let me know if you see them before me. Nope. I never heard of Caltech. What's Caltech? I see MIT, but I don't see UMass, of course. UC Riverside? Interesting. Yep, I don't see them. So what does that mean? That means they're not really respected. LOL, Caltech is actually pretty famous. Is it really? Is it really? You definitely gotta look that up. Not gonna lie, sometimes I just be listening. No, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good, G. You good, you good. I'll call on you randomly. You good. But I gotta show you something real quick because we got 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes. So this is something I found on LinkedIn, and I said, I am going to speak about this. I am going to speak about this when I start live streaming, when I got the setup like this, because I gotta show you the post. It was, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of funny to me, but not funny. It was funny to me. I'm sorry. It was funny to me. It really was. It really was. It wasn't funny, but it was funny. Like, I would probably get shamed on for this. Like you said, G, I could say things right now, but I know in the future, when we grow and get bigger, I ain't gonna be able to do this to people. So right here, let me close out these tabs. We are done with UMass. UMass is funny. They're funny looking people. All right. They're funny looking people. They are funny looking people. So, G. So I reposted this on LinkedIn 2 weeks ago. How many impressions did it get? I got 51 impressions. Impressive. I got 51 impressions. I'll take that. I only got 100 and some connections. Shout me out. Give me some more connections, whoever is interested. So let me start with the post before I say what I said. So it's about a viral TikTok. It's a viral TikTok from a 26-year-old graduate has reignited debate over student loan lending and financial literacy. Right? So when I seen that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even read the rest of this because I knew where it was going. And then I said 17%. Ouch. What'd you say that? Oh, okay. And then right here, I said, this will be highlighted during the live stream after I graduate. I guess the phenomenon of the real college experience is wearing off. Hey, people don't like realness because that should have got a lot of likes. Shout out to that one insightful. But I should have got more, I feel like, impressions. I should have got some views, some impressions, But shout out to my 248. Shout out to my 1. Shout out to my G. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I ain't even gonna say it. I ain't even gonna do it like that. So, as you're probably reading it already, G, but for the people who might just come across this, we read the beginning. The fact that they mentioned the name is crazy. Alyssa Giacoma discovered her loans carry interest rates as high as 17%. What you mean just discovered? What you mean you just discovered? You did 4 or 5 years in school and you didn't know it was 17%? What? And then higher than many credit cards, even after paying $1,500 a month for 2 years. Now, this is where me and G was talking about earlier, guys, that like the school would be at fault because now the student feels like they don't make enough money to pay back their student loans. So she said she signed the loans at 17 without understanding what interest rates was. If you didn't understand the loans, why did you take out the loans? Now we love to say, oh, I'm from poverty. They love to say these people are from poverty, they don't understand. And I'm a living proof that, and I don't know what race this person is because it don't matter. And so like, I'm a living proof that being from poverty or whatever you want to put in your research, people, that I knew better not to take out money and take money from someone because nothing is free. Maybe I should clear that up when I got a debt-free degree. Like, it wasn't free. I made it free. So without understanding what interest rate meant, her emotional video filmed after she realized she still owes $90,000 resonated with millions of viewers. So it resonated with million viewers. Do you think those millions of viewers are watching Speaking on Behalf? Do you think those millions of viewers are trying to find the channel that helped them save money in college? G said, we not being me. Do you think those millions of viewers are trying to find ways, or are they showing their cousin, nieces, you need to learn how to save money in college? Have they found me yet? Applying pressure, not showing sympathy right now. So G said, most people, I'm gonna show G posts because G's showing me love. G said, most people don't do any due diligence with that. They feel they almost have no other choice. G said it's a culture thing. Culture being the U.S. culture around higher education, and it's not being free. We treat student loans as given because we treat making good money after college as a given, which is just no longer the case. Interesting. We, not being me. You are in a really good niche. See, this is why I love G. So G better not leave me. When we start getting more people in here, G, you better not leave. Because the conversations, man, like, I don't want it to get diluted. But I understand. If you do leave. I do understand at the end of the day. But this is what I'm saying. And, we can go on and on, but I'm pretty sure, like I said, guys, you can pause this, read this for yourself. And are you really, ask yourself, like, are you really looking for videos like this to help you save money? Or have you found it yet? Have you found Speaking on Behalf? Because G said, I'm gonna have to leave, LOL, but I do want you to get bigger. I appreciate it. But ask yourself, were you partying so much in college? Was you getting the college experience? What they call it, G? Is it the college experience? You need to get the real college experience. That's why I had that in quotations. If the real college experience is you going in student loan debt and not having any money to enjoy yourself afterwards, after college, I don't want to be a part of that. And that's why I made that decision when I was going to school. I made sacrifices, shout out to what's his name? Alex Hermosi. His wife on LinkedIn made a post about that. I should have kept it so I could have showed it. But she said something like loneliness. I chose loneliness over having fun in college. It came with some consequences. I didn't make as many like college connections as I would have wanted, but that's why we have conferences now. I can go to conferences after college, and go meet these people who went to these schools like G, who went to these top tier schools, who went to right? And so that was part of it. And then it was money. I had the choice to really budget money that wasn't mine, which made it a lot easier for me based on my circumstances. So when we talk about people being from poverty situations, impoverished backgrounds or whatever, let's show the good side of things as well, not just the bad side of things. I'm going to clip this. I'm definitely going to clip this. We can't just show one side like they're struggling. Let's show the side like, oh, somebody made it on the other side and they wasn't playing ball. They wasn't in the entertainment business. They strategically budget, did their schoolwork, worked a regular job, saved their money properly, invested properly, and they did it normally. Kind of goes together. And we're just speaking on behalf. Okay. I'm gonna see what G said, then we are out. Because G is busy. G is a busy person, and I don't want to hold G hostage. So G said, I'll miss you though. I'll miss you more, G. I'll miss you more. Don't leave though. Don't leave. So G said, yeah, the real college experience is a culture thing. And all of that is also included. And again, all of that being an investment in theory anyway in your future. I like that right there. I love that right there. I love that right there. That's a line right there. I love that line. That's a good line right there. And then G said, and not just me, but the data shows that G said, not just me, but the data shows that the payoff of college is getting smaller by the year as compared to high school graduate when you think financially. Okay. Okay. I get that. I respect that. I get that. I get that. It makes you think, where are we going economically? Like, are we really gonna be in a like, are we really finna go toward a recession? Because even my supervisor slash mentor, great mentor, he even says, like, because I thought the same thing just from growing up and seeing the pattern of things. Like when the no, you didn't. I had been found out about him. G. I've been found out about Alex Hermosi, and then if I say his name right, and then my brother cousin, he watches him too. A couple of people watch him. Like, he's very known. He has like a good following, and so I knew about him. I'm just not heavy on him because I think he exaggerates a lot of things, but he's very like motivating, and so I guess focused people like us are like, yeah, I get it, but we're already like really focused and we know what we need to do, right, G? And so it doesn't really rub me the same way like it rubs other people. And then G said, I think we are headed, if not already, in a recession, right? Like, I feel like we're brewing toward it. Nice. He said some things that are pretty cool, and he do definitely over exaggerate. LOL. Yeah, he takes it over. Like, he got it down packed. He should take some acting class. He should do some movies or something because he got it down to the T with the exaggeration. Theater. We got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, G. Anything? Do I have anything else? He's very over the top. Very over the top. I appreciate everything, G. Just want to say again, I'm thankful for you. I know I say that probably every live stream, but I'm thankful for you, G. And when we do get to a lot more people listening to the live streams and stuff, not gonna forget you. Definitely gonna have a shirt with G on it. Peace, chicken grease. Only the real ones will know about G. G is a real one. G is that person you just don't forget. You just don't forget your day ones. And I don't forget my day ones. Ever. What you got planned for the weekend? Yeah, I can't wait to see you bigger. This weekend, I'm going with family. We are doing what do they call these things? What is it called? I can't think of it. I know what it is. Pajamas. Christmas pajamas. And honestly, I have not bought none. I think me and my girl about to be rocking some old pajamas because I have not bought none. Kind of like a get together, yeah. Like a little get together, have some fun with family, and then getting ready for the holidays and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out what type of live streams I'm going to do. Yeah, you can say that. I'm trying to figure out what type of live streams. You can say Christmas pajama party. I'm trying to figure out what to do during that week because I don't want to bore people with higher education, but I need to be consistent. I don't want to stop because I feel like YouTube is going to punish me. YouTube is still going to punish me for not live streaming this week. They don't care about the holidays. So I need to figure out what to do to stay like, keep the the pipeline going. So that's going to be my homework. Nothing is okay, LOL, unless you want to do it laid back live then. I don't know, I guess. I will be back strong though. That day after Christmas, we coming back strong. So while y'all still on the holidays, we coming back strong after the Christmas break. Cause yeah, do some laid back stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I have to get comfortable. I might get my dad on. I might just get him. He great comment. He great entertainment. There's plenty of higher ed laid back topics. Interesting. Yeah, like why do y'all party so much in college? Like, and unrelated is fine too. Yeah, like why do y'all party so much in college? Like that's a great higher ed topic. Like why? Like why do you party so much in college? Like I missed that whole ordeal. And so yeah. How about your weekend, G? And then, before we go, yeah. Like how is your weekend? How's your weekend looking? How is the next weeks for you in the holidays? Are you gonna be working through the holidays as a business owner with your Fortune 500 company? I heard you run a Fortune 500 company, G. You know, you need some angel investing. So I know people who was out from Thursday to Monday morning, LOL. I'm pretty busy, but that is just how it goes. See, I want to get like that. I wish Fortune 500, LOL. I gotta do my research. I might do that today when we come back. Me and my girlfriend go get some pho, actually. So, actually, I'm gonna spend some time looking you up, G. Try to find you. I'm going to go find you today. Can I get a hint on trying to find you real quick before we end the live stream? Can I get a hint on finding you? G said, I want to be not busy, LOL. Can I get a hint? G said, I want some photos. I got you. I got you. She likes taking photos and stuff. She likes when we go out and take photos. She likes that stuff. She likes that stuff. I'm on the website. Lita. Is that okay? I'm gonna look extra hard, and if you're on that, yeah, I'm definitely gonna find you. Then that's a great hint right there. That's a great hint. I'm not even gonna post that because you said that's a great hint. So I'm definitely gonna look for you. And then what was your major? Can I get a hint on your major as well? I understand if you don't want to give me the hint on your major, but that's a good identity. But I can pretty much put the pieces together on the way you've been describing things. I want you to find me there, find me at this point. That is how easy it should be. All right. I feel like we are. So, nope, too much there. All right. Peace, chicken grease, and I will see you Monday and Tuesday as normal before the holidays. And so let's finish strong and keep going. See you, G.